episode 113, our adventurers traveled into the forest realm in Mechanus, said goodbye to Jay, and found their way into the Cogflower Meadow, where they met Sentry. There, they were discovered by a Modron drone and attacked by a steel predator. Will our adventurers make it through Mechanus, defeat Zariel's army, or end up just another cog in the machine? Only time will tell. And we'll start off with our adventurers in this Cogflower Meadow. It is getting dark, and the way that light works in Mechanus, there's no sun and there's no stars or moon. The night sky is just totally pitch black. There are some clouds and fog, but the cogs themselves have these glowingness to them, or a glow to them, a warmness also that radiates heat that keeps it a perfect 70 degrees, and it slowly rotates. So most of the cog will slowly become dark and the glow part will disappear to go to the other side. It's slowly getting darker. Right now it's about dusk. There's a sliver of these warm glow on these cogs. Other than that, you have what was left of the steel predator on the ground. What are you guys doing here?
So that Modron was taking us across the river or something, right? Is it still leading? I know we picked it up, but does it look like it still wants us to follow if we let it recharge?
In fact, right now it is sitting down charging. It's got this, or looks like it's charging to you. Its legs are inside of itself, and it's just this block on the ground, and the light is slowly blinking this yellowish color.
As a similar construct, can Sentry tell how long it might take for this thing to recharge?
Let's go with an intelligence.
Oh, of course. Got it.
8. It's hard for you to tell exactly how, because you don't know the battery and how, well, you just saw this thing. But when it's dead, it usually takes a little bit of time, or it's actually fully charged and you just need to pick it up. It will go again. They're the most simplest of the Modrons. It's actually what you know is a monodrone. While we're at it, Sentry, why don't you roll me an intelligence, a nature, or a survival with advantage, looking for a 17.
I'll go survival with advantage, though. I'm gonna be real. That 17 is a hard to hit. Hey, it's an equal me.
Beautiful. You know that these steel predators travel in packs, and they're probably going to have others nearby and know where this one was defeated. You also know that the closest underground base, is roughly a 4-hour hard walk, or maybe 3 hours if you're pushing it.
All right. Then Sentry will turn to look at the others. Warning, where there's one of these creatures, there's likely many. Advisement, I'd recommend we not be here if at all possible. There is a camp that we might be able to find solace in a few hours in that direction. Sentry will point in the direction that the base camp.
All right, well, I guess that's better than waiting here. Are you gonna take us to the camp and murder us?
Objection. Sentry does not feel the need to murder any people he has no issue with. So, no, I will not murder.
Can I make an inside check?
You certainly can, and Sentry, you may roll a deception or persuasion. You don't have to say which is it. What?
All right, so we're just gonna roll this d20. That's a natural 1.
That's awesome.
So
well, I got a total of 9, so I'm guessing that I beat that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even though I do actually have a plus 10, so if I didn't roll a natural 1,
oh,
damn it. No. Sentry does not see a need to murder you. Judging from the big banner that he has saying "Down with Doomsguard," you get the feeling that it's like, I don't care about you and I'm not gonna hurt you, or I will murder you if you are in with the Doomsguard, and there isn't really an in-between.
Fair enough.
Statement. I suppose we shall be traveling now. And Sentry will just, I guess, while the Modron is charging, he'll just pick it up and then begin walking in the
Yeah,
direction of
as
the base
soon
camp.
as you pick it up, its legs extend out and it begins to kind of walk, but without going anywhere because you're picking it up.
Statement. It seems like this Modron is now charged, and he'll put it down and see where it goes.
It starts walking in the direction that you would be heading anyways.
Then I guess Sentry will allow it to take the lead, but we'll follow.
Give me a marching order here.
I'll offer Kurgan to get in the middle again if the cog flowers are still creeping him out.
Yeah,
I mean, they're not natural. They're just wrong, okay?
Hey, no argument here.
Yeah, the cog flowers actually, as you notice, as they're getting darker, their leaves or their petals are starting to lift up and kind of form a ball, like going to sleep. And
Okay, well, I've seen actual flowers do that before, so that's not as weird, but still.
you're making your way in this nice straight path, and then it takes a sharp right angle into more of these wooded areas. These are more like pine trees now, and they're perfectly lined up in perfect rows on every side. There's so many of them that you can't even see three. Once you see 3 trees in, it's pitch black. You don't see anything.
Observation. The wonderful beauty of nature.
You don't hear much noises. It branches off into 3 different paths. Each one of these will lead you to the base that you need to go to, but 3 different distinct areas. You need to decide which path you would like to take.
And the Modron isn't choosing the path. It's
The
just kind of
Modron,
like,
the Modron is stopping and stop.
oh, Sentry, you got a suggestion for us? You know these lands.
Yeah, could Sentry make a check, see if he
Yeah.
knows what might be down any of the path?
Yep, you can give me either intelligence, nature, or survival.
A solid 10 from Sentry. Let's go.
Well, you kind of know one way will lead to more of a clearing with a little stream that trickles through. You like it. It's very peaceful. You've been through there before. The other 2 are pretty straight roads that they will all eventually connect to each other. The other 2, they're just roads with trees on either side.
Sentry will then just thinking about all the different options. We'll say, Ensa, I do believe that there's a lake kind of clearing area sort of down that one, but the other ones are straight and fairly regular pathways, so I personally would say we should choose one of the cluttered pathways, the straight ones.
Yeah, the clearing's good with me if that's what you're wanting too, Kurgan.
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good. Like, Kurgan's only half paying attention. He's still looking at the weird flowers and whatnot.
Yeah. Why don't you give me a perception since you're looking?
Perception. Where is that?
And,
there it is.
While he's doing that, is there like something I could pick from a tree?
Yeah,
That's an 11.
Fruit, like some leaves or something.
There's leaves, there's there's pine cones, there are little sticks and twigs, metal twigs.
I'll grab a pine cone and just kind of put it in my pouch, keep it.
What'd you get for perception?
I got an 11, sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Hard for you to see. It's getting dark from what you're seeing with that roll. Didn't really see much of anything. Which path did we decide to go down?
I believe the others said they wanted to go down the clearing path, so
Okay.
that one with the
The third path, the one on your right, you start making your first step there, and then Monodrone lifts up and starts following you down that direction. You begin to get closer to the clearing. It's dark. What are we using for a light source here?
Oh yeah, as a Warforged, I don't have dark vision. Sentry will be using control flames,
Okay.
just to be holding a flame in his hand, kind of like a torch, but without the wood part.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm picturing like palm up as you're going.
Yeah, palm up. Yeah,
Yeah.
just holding a ball of flame in his hand.
Now you guys get to the edge of the clearing. Who's in front? Please roll me a perception, please.
I got this. Sentry will be in the front.
Yeah.
8.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what this clearing looks like. It's got these cogs that are stacked on top of each other and rising up to your left like stairs, and it's creating like this cascade of waterfalls of this stream trickling down it, and the stream cuts right through the middle of this clearing.
Now that we're at this clearing and away from all the chaos right now, Sentry will turn to the others and say, "Suggestion. Perhaps we should take a break here. That creature, that construct, did wound us so," motioning to Kurgan himself.
So where do you guys want to set up this nice short rest?
I guess just right by the river that's going through.
Yeah.
So you guys set up by the river. You guys are eating something, or what are you guys doing for your short rest here?
So during the short rest, Twig is going to just kind of set up, and as he's kind of, his eardrums got pretty shattered from that thunder damage, and so as he's tending to that, he's also going to be telling a story about how Anam, the All-Father giant, once, terrible beasts in a similar way. That will be his song of rest, so everybody gets an extra 1d6 hit points back.
What?
Hey.
That's
Whoa.
awesome. That's cool. You guys, you say this and you're telling this awesome story. Everybody's pretty enamored by this story. Over to your head, it sees you guys, and it's going to take a surprise action of a short bow, and let's see. It's gonna go with Twig, because Twig, you're talking, so that's what got his attention, or her. I can't tell. Yeah, so here goes its short bow. Oh, an 8. Now, natural 20 looked nice, but an 8. So this arrow and lands in the campsite all around you, and we shall roll for initiative. Okay, Twig, you see this arrow right in the ground.
Still kind of in my, it's pretty high up still, right?
Yeah, let's go with, I think, about 50 feet up. Let's see its range here. 30 to 100. Yeah, let's go with 50 feet up. It just crested over that waterfall hill of cogs and saw you and shot down.
But first, I'll be making sure to stand within 10 feet of the others. Yep. And then, still in my storytelling mode, I'm just going to shout to it, "You surprised me and you still couldn't hit the side of a barn. I need a wisdom save with my vicious mockery."
Okay. Here it goes. It is a 15. Not bad.
15 fails.
Oh.
So it'll take 10 psychic damage, and it has disadvantage on its next attack.
Okay. So how much? 15?
So rude. How could you do that to the DM of all people?
Yeah. Well,
just 10 damage.
Just 10 damage. Got it. No problem. All right. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's all for me.
Okay, Kurgan. What do you want to do?
Right, so is this thing flying or is it near the ground?
It's flying. It crested over the waterfall and is now pretty much directly overhead.
Okay. Well, it's been a very long while since I've done this. I'm going to use Ray of Frost, which is a cantrip.
Yep.
That I get because being this specific type of tiefling.
Okay.
+7 to hit. That is going to be a 23.
It hits.
It is going to take 19 points of cold damage.
Okay.
And its speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of my next turn. And
how do you want to do this?
I see the arrows coming down. I see this box thing shooting at us. Like, holy shit! The flowers have turned into people, and I just start blasting.
Yeah, and it falls. It turns to ice. Its wings actually turn to ice, and it just like drops like a rock, hits one of the cogs. It shatters into like a million little bits. And they all squares falling down like Minecraft, falling down all over the place, and then disintegrates. All right, now it's quiet.
Apology. I am sorry I did not manage to attack it before it attacked you.
It's okay. What was that thing though?
Great, that's what it was.
You can roll me in intelligence, survival, or actually you can do history too. I'll let you do history.
Okay.
That would
I'll roll
be
survival.
Century.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
16.
Yeah, so you know that is called a quadrone. They're astute combatants. They serve more as artillery for the armies. And they do a lot of scouting as well.
Sentry will relay that to them and then say, observation. Perhaps there is a larger force of constructs in the area moving in towards our base.
As soon as you finish saying that, Kurgan has already finished packing up. He does not want to be around these things. They freak him out.
Yeah, I'll finish my story another time. Let's get moving.
Agreement. Let's cross this river.
So it's a part of a stream. There's lots of rocks in it that you can just kind of like hopscotch over. You don't even need to roll anything. Pretty simple stream. You can make the clearing to the other side. There's another pathway out and into the dark. Somebody in the back, whoever's in the back, roll me a perception.
All right, that would be me.
I would also like, by the way, I would like to
6.
expend one of my pack magic slots to gain sorcery points.
Yes, no problem. 6, nothing. You see absolutely nothing. You continue down this pathway for a little bit, maybe about 20 minutes. You're paying close attention, don't hear anything for a little bit. The person in the front may roll me another perception, please.
Oh, of course.
14.
Solid 14.
Yeah, with a 14, no, and you're paying attention, you are around this area, you notice up in the trees is another one of these quadrones. He's got its bow and arrow ready to go. It has not seen you yet.
Caution, says something close. And then Sentry will raise up his sword and from his sword cast Eldritch Blast on the quadrone.
Do it.
First Eldritch Blast. 24 to hit.
That hits.
Second Eldritch Blast. 22 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, so that is a total of 14 force damage, and I am going to push it 20 feet away from us.
Okay.
With Repelling Blast.
Oof. Why don't you add a 1d6 for me as it hits this tree behind it?
Another 2 points of damage.
Okay.
Slam that boy into a tree.
Oh man, still up. It begins to stay in control. Flapping wings. We're gonna keep the same. That's more of a surprise round. We're gonna just keep the same initiative. So Twig, why don't you go?
As I blast this
Alright.
guy out of its cover.
Yep.
So that guy is still a ways away.
Yeah, he's more obscured in the trees now. You blasted him further in. Now he's kind of out of view.
Is he within 60 feet?
Yeah, 60 feet, full cover now.
Okay, gotcha. I'll just look around for any more then, I guess.
Give me a perception.
11.
Sorry, you do not see anything.
Okay. Was that my action then?
No.
Okay, alright. Well then action.
Let's go with that was your bonus.
Okay. Action. I will cast Bless on us all again.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, so
And-
my axe glows and the light splits from it, kind of glows around all of our heads.
Ooh, that is sick. And do you want to do movement?
No, I'll stay here and just kind of like turn around, not quite back to back with Kurgan, but just facing the other side. And that's
Kurgan.
all for me.
What are you doing?
This guy is still in the sky, yeah?
He's in the... You don't really see what happened to him. He got Eldritch Blast and blown back. He's has full cover. You can't really see him.
Okay, he's like behind one of these cog trees or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, I'm just going to hold an action to use a Ray of Frost if
Okay.
it pops out again.
Got it. All right. And then any movement.
I think that I want to stick with the group here. I don't want to really get too far off. I think Kurgan, he just wouldn't want to leave his, flesh and blood, or at least mostly normal-ish companions in, this, what to him is a hellscape.
Okay. And any bonus action.
God, I don't think I have any bonus actions I can really do is Rage.
Yeah.
So no, unless we have some people with really low hit points who need the extra temp.
Nah, I'm good.
I'm good.
Twig? Oh, okay,
Yeah, I'm
sweet.
alright.
Well, in that case, I just don't do anything. I just stand still and hold this cantrip in my hand.
Okay. Sentry, you're up.
Sentry is not happy about the fact he cannot see where this thing went and will say, analysis, perhaps it will be better if we are also unseen. And he will cast, using a 4th level spell slot, he's going to cast Invisibility,
Oh.
and will touch both of them and will include myself, and I'll make us all invisible until we attack someone.
Is this greater
let
or
you-
lesser?
It's not greater invisibility, so as soon as we attack, we are no longer invisible, but until that happens, we are still invisible.
Okay. And why don't you, somebody pick up the Modron maybe? And he'll be invisible too.
Yeah, I think Sentry will then, I guess, bonus action pick up the Modron, because that's all Sentry's going to do on his turn.
Okay.
So just, whoop.
All right, my turn. The damaged Quadrone does make an appearance out. You can cast that held action.
Well, if I do that, then I will no longer be invisible.
Yeah, that sucks, right?
Do I know that this is... Okay, well, Sentry did say it would be better if we were also unseen. So do I take that as, like, he told me that we would be invisible?
Okay, so I would do maybe intelligence or insight.
Here's another thing. Do I know that invisibility lasts until I do something?
I think so. I think
think
you're
so.
an
Alright,
adventurer
okay.
of many. I would
I'm
say-
pretty sure.
seen invisibility.
I'm pretty sure
Charles.
Tex went invisible a few times.
Yeah, I think
Charles won
you
I
invisible
would
a
have
few
seen
times,
it.
too.
So what were the roles that you suggested? Insight and...
insight or intelligence. So
Well, they're exactly the same. But I'm hashtag blessed. Okay, so that's a 14, but with bless, it becomes a 16.
yeah, for sure.
Then I don't cast the spell.
So I assume that even if you hold an action, you can not use it, right? You have to use it, right?
Yeah, when you're holding action to shoot that goblin that comes down the hallway and a human comes down, you don't go, oh, someone's in the hallway, I have to fire.
Yeah. I assume so. Okay, so you do hold the action. This Quadrone is looking around, and you notice there's two others kind of appear out of the trees on the other side. So there's three that you see, and they're flying up now, coming over your heads, looking around.
My allies don't have those bracelets that Timmy gave us. They can't hear my thoughts or whatever, can they?
No.
Oh, okay, that's not the best. Oh well.
It's Twig's turn. Twig. Oh, and all of them are holding an action. All three of them. Go ahead, Twig.
So I have blind sight for 10 feet around me, so I know exactly where my invisible companions are.
Oh.
And I'm just going to kind of reach out and kind of give a light tug to Kurgan, just enough to let him know that I'm moving forward. And then same thing, like tap on the shoulder Sentry to let him know that I'm moving forward as well. And then I will pull out a javelin and prepare to throw just if one of my companions also breaks the invisibility.
Okay.
So I'll just ready that action.
So you're holding the javelin throw if one of your other companions breaks invisibility.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I'll move like 15 feet forward.
Okay. And now they're kind of behind you.
All right. Yeah. And I'm just keeping my eye on them.
Okay. Kurgan, what are you doing?
I think that feeling that light sort of touching on my arm, I'm gonna follow it a little bit and also like hold an action to do another ice attack, whatever it is. God, I just had it up here.
Ray of Frost.
Ray of Frost, that's it. The condition for this one is if someone else attacks those Modrons.
Okay, got it. Makes sense. And Sentry. Oh wait, are you moving? You're moving, right?
I'm moving slowly, yeah. But, like pretty much creeping forwards to next to where I think my ally just went.
And Sentry.
Sentry is going to do that little 15 feet shuffle to where the others are.
Yep.
And then Sentry will stare at, because the injured Modron is one of the three above us, right?
Correct. At this time, you don't know which one is which.
Sentry will bonus action Hexblade's Curse, just one of them, the one closest to him
Okay.
and to the group. And then as an action, we'll cast Eldritch Blast against it.
Ooh, okay. All right.
And I get advantage on these because I'm attacking out of invisibility.
Got it. Oof. 27 hits.
So that says 4, but it's actually 9 because it's
Okay.
Hexblade Cursed.
All right.
Ooh.
And I get to add my Charisma modifier to the damage. Then I'll make my second set of Eldritch Blasts.
Before you do, can you just roll me a 1d6, please? This is going to tell me which one you're hitting. Okay.
6.
Okay. Well, that one hits as well.
So that total of 20 points
Okay.
of
All right.
force damage.
Okay. Still doing all right.
And then I believe a whole bunch of readied actions go
I
off.
know. Okay. And now, ready to action.
All right,
It would
so
be
I
Twig
am-
would go first when you're ready.
As soon as I can see my big robot companion,
Yep.
my javelin is launching. Just the closest one.
That would be the one he just attacked as well.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So that'll be with advantage.
That hits.
Okay.
And you're throwing 2? I think it's ready to.
No. Yeah, it was just one.
Yep. Go ahead.
It just
Roll
rolled
damage.
twice. So 1d6, and as it's getting before I throw it,
Yep.
I'm just gonna kind of squeeze it, and this rune will appear, and it gets encased in stone, and I'm gonna use my stone strike on it also.
Whoa.
So that's an extra 2 damage, and it needs to make a strength saving throw.
Oh man. All right. Here is a strength saving throw. 5. Not good.
Okay, so it gets pushed back 10 feet.
Okay. 14 damage. This wooden javelin, as you squeeze it, a ruin appears and then it turns to stone. You throw it at it, and as it like shatters it into a million little blocks, and they just like rain down on the ground and destroys that one. Okay, Kurgan, your Ray of Frost, please.
All right, I guess now I'm doing it to the next closest one because the actual closest one is dead.
Yes, correct.
Would I get advantage on this attack because I'm invisible?
It's because they cannot see you is why you get advantage out of attacking out of invisibility.
Oh, okay. So in that case,
So you're still invisible, right? Because you haven't attacked.
Yeah, because you're still invisible while you're making the attack, you get advantage.
Yeah,
well, it's a 23 to hit,
that hits.
14 cold damage, and its speed is reduced by 10 feet to the start of my next
Very
turn.
nice. Very nice. Okay, and then I do believe it's my turn now.
Not yet. I
yeah.
believe they readied actions to shoot any of us that appeared.
That's
so
right,
they make
but-
attacks now.
Yeah. No, but that was the end of the other round, unfortunately.
All right. Then
It's
to
done.
continue Sentry's turn. Sentry.
That's right. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no, it's good. Sentry will actually Sentry will do nothing. That's the end of Sentry's turn. Never mind, I forgot I used my bonus action. I'll shut up.
Okay, no problem. So this one has 2 fist attacks in 4 short bow attacks. So let's go. So I would have 8 attacks here. So here goes 1, 2 for Twig. Does a 8 and a 23.
You gotta dodge those.
What? 23. Does that hit?
Oh, yes. Yep, 23 hits.
Okay, so you get 6 piercing as the short bow attacks you. Kurgan, 2 short bows. 1, 2 against you. Does a 2 natural 20, baby.
Yeah, that's going to hit. And if the other one has advantage, then that 20 is going to hit as well.
No, it does not have advantage. So
Okay,
6
the 10
damage
misses.
towards you there.
Full damage, not raging.
Okay, and then 2 for Sentry. Here goes 1, 2.
The one I Hexblade's Curse is dead, right?
Yes, yeah.
Then as it fell into a million pieces,
Yep.
some of those pieces magnetized towards Sentry, and Sentry is going to, and like slapped onto his body and goes into his armor, and he will regain 10 hit points.
Whoa, that's awesome. What skill is that?
Hexblade's Curse, whenever I
my
curse
God.
someone and they
Yeah.
die, I gain 10 hit points.
That's sick.
You sound like an actual, like some sort of monster out of a kid's nightmare.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Sentry's a friendly guy. Sentry's just down with the Doomsguard.
Well, we want
Sentry's-
5 more of those back. That 23 hits.
Ah,
5
damn.
Yeah. Okay. So that would be 6. So I got 2 more. So 1 for Twig. So Twig, here goes another one. Actually, these 2 are going towards Sentry because Sentry killed one of them. So it's gonna go for 2 more for Sentry. Another 23. for 3
Yeah, that hits.
piercing. You're up.
Shelton Titanfall drops in from the sky.
Yeah.
You're up, Shelton.
I'll expend the spell slot to create my magical, or what's it called? Eldritch Cannon, my ballista, and then I'll fire that at one of those guys.
All right, go ahead.
Alright, that'll be a 14 plus 12.
Ooh.
So
That'll do it.
8 points of magical force damage. That'll be my turn there. That's my action, bonus action, evade, and fire.
That's all it needed. So why don't you describe?
Perfect. Hey guys, what I missed, I sort of zoned out there. What the hell's that? And then immediately just pulls out gun and just blasts it.
Oh, it shatters into like a million cubes. They all rain down onto the ground, and as they hit the ground, they kind of turn into this dust and then seep into the ground. Okay, there's only one left.
That's me. That's all my turn. So,
Okay,
so
back to the
top.
top. Twig, you're up.
All right, one left.
One left.
I'm just gonna point and shout out it and say that's the ugliest bird I've ever seen, and I need another wisdom save, please.
Yeah. Wisdom. Here we go. Come on, little guy. Come on. 12?
Fail.
Ugh.
That'll take a whopping 6 psychic damage
What?
and disadvantage on its next attack.
How do you do it? It only had 6.
Hey.
So I say that, and rather than like some big explosion or something, it just kind of like its power just shuts down and it just and like slams into a tree,
Yeah.
like waddles away and falls out of it, and then shatters when it hits the ground.
Okay. Yup. And all is quiet on this pathway. What do you guys want to do?
Oh, those things are everywhere, huh? Yeah.
Kurgan is looking around the sky frantically.
You can be a
As
person.
whenever Shelton says at least it's not one of those big ones, Big will take out this little piece of bark that he has in his pouch and just knock on it.
Hashtag blessed. That is a 14.
Oh, doesn't look like you see anything.
Oh, and for next time, bless is only attacks and saving throws, not ability.
Oh,
checks.
it's not ability checks? Damn it,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, that's I think that's actually guidance that does
Yeah.
ability checks.
Oh, yep, you're right.
No.
So like, I'm sure I've played Baldur's Gate 3, so I thought there was something to get a D4.
Yeah, it's just you're spamming guidance, you're not spamming bless.
Makes sense. God bless Shadowheart.
Sentry, you want to put that Modron back down and we'll keep moving?
Well, let me see if I can break down some of these corpses real quick.
Okay.
And I'll take a
They
couple
like
of
mostly blew up into dust, didn't they?
Yeah. As you go
Gosh.
up to where it landed, you see that they kind of disintegrate as they hit the ground into the grass and disappear.
Never mind, this pile of years is less than the scrap it's worth. Damn. Someone had to get something out of it.
Observation, a lot of contracts have self-destruction procedures implemented so they cannot be recovered by enemies for scrap parts.
Do you?
Yeah, I was about to ask the same question.
Yeah. Century, you've been here a little bit, and you know that the way the life of a Modron works is once it dies, it goes back into the cogs, and another Modron that is beneath it. So, like, it goes a monodrone to a quadradrone, so a monodrone will automatically turn into a quadradrone or whatever was destroyed. Kind of life cycle kind of repeats. So there's always the same amount.
So like a phoenix or like a Russian nesting doll sort of thing?
A never-ending Russian nesting doll, because then Primus will create another monodrone as soon as the monodrone gets upgraded. So it's always the same.
So the only way that these guys get promoted is if one of the ones above them dies.
Yes.
Yeah, Sith rules.
Well,
That makes sense.
it's time for a corporate overtaking then. Let's get some promotions.
Yes, Sentry does not believe that he has a self-destruction thing, but there might be a point where Sentry is no longer Sentry because something greater than Sentry has died, but that is 0.0000008% likely.
Sentry, are you?
Sheldon just taking out a wrench and slowly walking towards us to make sure.
Did Sentry get injured at all?
A little bit, yeah.
I can
but
cast
gonna-
mending.
He looks
wait, I'm
pretty
gonna-
alright.
I'm curious if this will work. You mind if I try something real quick, Sentry?
And so, why of course.
And I'll just reach out and I'll just, like wherever there's an arrow or something, I'll put my hand on it and send in 5 hit points from lay on hands just to see if it'll heal ya.
It does. It appears that Sentry is not a full construct. Ooh.
Alright.
What is he? I do
just
not
kinda-
know.
Huh. Well, at least I can help keep you up. That way you don't explode.
Acknowledgement. Thank you for providing that service. There used to be one who did so, but we no longer see eye to eye.
Did they get upgraded?
Did they join the bad guys?
Did he get downgraded?
Explanation, no, they did not join the bad guys. I joined the good guys.
Gotcha.
Wait, so that means... Were you a part of the Doom Guard? And now, since, like, if we kill one of your old superiors in the Doom Guard, you might get upgraded into one of those guys that we kill?
Are you a Highlander?
Can there only be one?
And sir, I had not thought about this before. Observation, I believe myself better than my previous superiors, so it is unlikely I shall become some in the event of their death.
That's the spirit. It's all about what you think about yourself.
Yeah, I know I'm better than my superiors.
With that, let's get moving again, I think. The little guy's probably ready to go. Not you, Shelton, or little Modron.
I knew what you meant!
And I do believe Sentry is holding the little Modron.
Yes, so Sentry will now place the Modron down to see where it goes. And,
All right.
well, hopefully it goes down the path we were going on.
Sentry, can you please roll me a perception check, please, of 19?
Can I give him the help action, or...
No, because you're behind. He's in front. No, so it's only the guy in the front.
Everyone hears a slight whirring where Sentry's helmet is, like a whole bunch of glasses like moving around, like kind of like when you're at the eye doctors and they have the whole bunch of glasses.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, number one, number two.
I can never tell. They both look.
And he will cast guidance on himself as he looks around
Oh, nice. Okay.
to gain the additional D4.
Oh,
Hey!
you didn't need it. Natural 20.
Natural 20, let's go!
You see that there are little bumps in the ground that don't look natural because this place is everything's even, everything's level, everything is perfectly aligned, but these bumps definitely seem out of place for you. So,
Caution, there's a symmetry up ahead. And Sentry kind of holds out a hand to stop everyone behind him and will point out the extremely obvious to him, of course, bumps in the road.
they are rudimentary mines that were placed there and quickly covered over with dirt.
Can I try to investigate them or like Arcana to see if I can disarm them as we're going along?
Yeah, you can give me an investigation.
Investigation. That's an 11 plus 10, 21.
Yeah, so you would know that probably they're pretty intricate. It would take about a dexterity roll of a 19 to disarm them. And I would let you disarm all of them with that 19. Just one roll.
Any chance since I have my Smith's tool and sports mod, I can get like use that efficiency bonus there?
What's going to be your bonus there?
Efficiency bonus is doubled for any ability check that you make using your proficiency with the tool, which with proficiency bonus be plus 5, so become plus 10.
Yeah, you don't need advantage with a plus 10. Go ahead. You just need to roll a 9 or higher.
Yeah,
Now,
okay.
if you fail, you will set them off.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll use my Tinkerer's tools here where to try to, that is a 12.
A 12 with your
Plus,
bonus?
oh no, plus the, then I had bonus in, so
22.
22, yes.
Okay,
Hey, Sheldon didn't go explode.
Yeah, I
So,
was like,
yeah, so you were able to...
you said 9 or higher, I was like, okay, just roll higher than that.
Yeah, you quickly go through the first 4, but that last one, you were getting a little overconfident, and you almost clipped the red wire.
Red wire, blue wire, red wire, blue wire, maroon wire. Oh no!
And you're able to get through that. And okay.
All right, guys, we should be clear. I think I got them all. Just don't walk too far that way.
You are able to make it to where there is this ladder. There's this more like a sewer grate that you get to that's covered up with fake grass. And Sentry, you know about this. You peel it back and then you take the sewer grate up, and there's this ladder leading down into the pretty much the inner workings of this cog.
Statement, we are here.
Where is here exact? I mean, text voice there. Where is here exactly?
Ensa, base camp of friends, allies, unlike the Doomguard and other constructs.
Well, it's better than getting shot at by more of these human fellas.
I love
It's better than getting shot at these human folks. Lead the way, I guess. Any objections? Sure you want to hang out and watch the acorns fall from the trees? Cog acorns, whatever the hell they're called?
I love making friends. I say we go.
I'm here for it.
Statement. Then let's go. And Sentry will start climbing down into the sewer.
And you all head into this little sewer. It's rounded tube that's probably 20 feet wide. There is probably, give or take, a stream of oily, dirty water that is streaming down the middle of this. So you're not in the middle of this pipe network. You're sort of on the sides, and there's a sort of a musty, rusty smell down here. Everything is kind of like got that orangey, rusty color. You make your way down a couple of tunnels that you end up at an iron door that is closed.
Sentry will walk up to the iron door and will knock.
You know there's a secret knock, but I don't know if you know exactly what the secret knock, so give me intelligence of a 17. If you roll it,
Come on, that's just a simple natural 20. I can do another natural 20.
Here you go.
Yeah, Sentry
You
just
have a
does,
-3?
Sentry
Damn!
does 5 rhythmic knocks. Yeah, he's an artificial intelligence, just more artificial, less
I was
intelligent.
gonna say, yeah. Which part of that is the A, not the I?
You see underneath where the crotch area, a slot opens up and an arrow pokes out. Somebody goes, "Who the fuck is that?"
And so, it is Sentry, back with friends.
Oh, god damn it, Sentry. And then the eye slot opens up and you see 2 eyes looking out. It's like, "What's up with that monodrone? You know the policy, no modrons."
Yes, Sentry will turn to face the crew. Question: do you all have a emotional attachment to this modron, other than it guiding you to where you need to go?
I mean, I can see if I can turn it off before we just fucking axe the thing, but...
I kind of liked it, but if it led us where we need to go, then job well done, I guess.
Job well done indeed.
Can I see if I can find like an off button on it? Just like pack it back up and be like you.
As Shelton leans down to find the off button, Sentry lifts up his greatsword and smashes the modron.
It looks up before you do with these puppy dog eyes. Now what do you do?
Query.
Where did it get the eyes from?
Query. I did
How
not know
did it get
this.
the
Eyes
actual
of a
dogs?
Where did it
I haven't seen a dog. Has it just been carrying rotten
Gory eyes.
dog eyes for so long?
Yeah, he had those googly eyes, those stickers.
Oh, okay, I like that.
He placed them right on his...
I do like the googly eyes. You can't kill that. Come on. Look at that.
Statement. Watch me. Smash.
No!
Yeah.
No!
Hold on. You gotta roll to attack. Its AC
All right.
is 15. Go ahead.
Okay, let's see if I hit. I might miss. 22.
Oh, okay. Roll.
So anyway, I can give you disadvantage.
That is 10 slashing and 2 cold.
It only has 5 hit points, so it's
Ooh.
toast.
No! Jerry, no!
Oh.
He was 2 weeks from retirement.
Okay. And it smashes into a million pieces. Okay. What are you doing?
I'm holding the googly eyes
Yeah, the googly eyes. You grab them.
and put them into my back pocket for
Right.
emergencies.
Write it down.
Query, are we allowed to come in now? As Sentry turns back to face the door.
He goes, "All right, you're in." And you hear a click of the lock, and you open up, and you know this person, Sentry. His name is Jamal Hissariani, Jamal, Jamal, and his last name Hsirani. He's a tall black man. He's got curly hair. He has this bone staff the size of a full-grown man. He's got this cloak of what used to be a lion, and the head of the lion is his hood. And he goes, "Good to see you, a sentry. How's it been out there?"
Answer, there were a few Modron scouts, more than usual, along the path to the base. Perhaps they are getting suspicious of where we might be located?
Could be. I've also heard rumors that there's reinforcements coming in this way. Seems like something's happening, or they're looking for something towards Arturian meets Mechanus. Who's your friends?
They are travelers, not adversaries of the Doomguard. Is that not right?
That's right. So they're willing to help?
For the right price.
Also, we kind of have to, like, God, what is the place that we have to get to? Shit.
Bator, right?
We have to get from
Master
here to...
Bator.
Oh my god. Really?
It's like every single time, like, you join us, I'm like, hey, it's Kevin. And then 5 minutes in, I'm like, oh, yeah, Kevin.
Oh yes, Kevin. Carrie, perhaps you can help us, and then we might be able to help you get to this Bator.
Good luck getting through the war that's happening in the other cogs. Possibly.
How bad's this war?
What about this war?
Like, how bad is it?
It's
Like a scale of 1 to, like,
it's only rumors.
73.
Pretty far away from us right now. Word is that most of what is it? Is it Arturian? So Jamal's like, well, you guys hungry? Need some food?
I could definitely do the rest. Yeah, that'd be good. Most certainly. We've been traveling for a while.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. We could definitely do that. Get you some food, get some rest. We could actually talk and see, make some plans here. And he kind of leads you through this tunnel. It's actually pretty cool because the rods that are turning the cogs up ahead, you're like in the inner workings, and you see different various size of these tubings and metal rods rotating around, and you look up and you can see that it's actually turning the whole ceiling around in some of these areas. And he leads you to this break area. There's benches, tables, there's bins with dirty dishes. There's different people walking around doing different chores. And as he walks in, this half-elf lady, mid-40s for a half-elf, and brown hair, tied in a tight braid, and with a bunch of daggers on this intricate belt. She walks up and says, so these are the strangers that I heard that arrived from Arcadia. My name is Endeavor Lithanol. I'm the leader of this resistance here. And you are?
Salutations. My name is Sheldon Trooper. Pleased to meet your acquaintance.
I'm Twig.
Twig. Nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Kjörgen. Nice daggers.
The Kjörgen. I've heard of you.
Why do so many people know of me? Please tell me this
you're
is
the
another
hero
prophecy.
of the gnomes.
I'm the hero of so many people. It feels like I should just be the hero of everyone at this point.
Just stop. You don't need just hero of. Just stop at the hero.
And of course, Sentry. Welcome back.
Oh, you guys know each other?
Oh, yes. Sentry has escaped from the same camps that we have.
Statement. It is good to see you again, Endeavor.
Please, we don't have much here, but what we have, you may enjoy. We could talk also about your plans. Maybe we could help each other out. We can get you closer to where you need to get to, and you could help us out, possibly.
How much gold you got?
Yeah, how can we help you?
Oh, well, we have our camps that we came from that are being held down by these Doomsguard and Modrons. And we are looking to attack this camp and set free our people. And at the same time, I believe the portal, which these Doomsguard watch over, they guard all the portals in and out of this area. You can get off of this cog and go to where you need to. As long as you know how to get through the labyrinthal portal. You do know how to do that, right?
I mean, I know how to do it, but
No,
my friend Twig
I've got
doesn't,
no idea.
so yeah, explain it for him.
Most come here with a...
Okay. Should I roll it to
God.
know, to see if I do?
Yeah, Sure. It's going to be with disadvantage because...
Fair enough.
Go ahead.
Arcana, right?
First roll is a 9.
Wait, what are you rolling here?
Second roll is a 3.
For what?
You said roll disadvantage. Arcana, I thought, right?
No.
Or is it history?
So you're trying to figure out if you would know to get through the labyrinth portal, right?
Or how to get through it, yeah.
So I would roll for history.
So it'd be a 13, so I got a 3.
In intelligence?
Yeah, history, that probably
Okay.
be my best bet. So that's 13 total.
Okay.
I rolled a 3.
Yeah, you would not know. You do not know. You do. You've heard of it. Definitely heard of it, but you do not. You know what you know is basic. That from you to get from one series of cog, they're not all interconnected. There's space between the different series of cogs, and for you to get through one, you would go through a portal, and you would have to know the series of right portals to get to go where you're going, or you'd be lost. And she says, usually you are given a guide that would know the series of portals.
Sheldon slowly takes out the 2 googly eyes and holds them in his hands. I think we might have lost him.
Well, that is quite a shame.
Just slowly turned to look at Sentry.
Sentry stares at the googly eyes, stares back up at you. Statement. I might have made a miscalculation in the value of some more drunk.
Oh, really?
Suggestion, perhaps we can find a labyrinthian portal traveling Modron in the Doomsguard camps, and he will say that and then turn to look at Endeavor to see what she thinks of that idea.
Yeah, she goes, sure. They come a dime a dozen, don't they? Yeah, I assume.
Can I insight check that to see if she's like saying it through her fucking
You certainly
teeth?
can.
Because that sounded like she's saying it through her fucking teeth.
All right, add 7.
At least that's-
Add 7 to my roll. Oh yeah,
Okay.
natural 20, baby. Natural 20.
Well, that
You
might
got
as well
one
try.
shot.
Totally
You got one
possible.
try. You can roll.
I did.
You did?
I did.
I'm gonna
All right, take a picture of that and send it to Discord.
Where's my phone?
Yeah.
Where's my phone?
While you do that, we're gonna roll off again. Wait, what's your plus on your modifier?
Insight +1.
Okay, hers is a +7. So,
Okay, yeah. No.
but that's sick, man. That's awesome.
So I was like, shit. I was like,
Nice. Okay,
where's
so
my phone?
you both stare at each other like sweat is dripping down. What's that? That peel one where they're like
from the Key and Peele thing where the guys.
you guys are
Poured.
just we're looking at each other and sweat starts just pouring out of each other's foreheads, and then finally she breaks away and you're like, I can't read this one.
They're tricky. I respect it.
She says, yes, we're looking at defeating this Doomsguard camp. It's run by this Modron called Blue Streak. There's a Doomsguard Doomlord, Welker Vartus asshole. They're working together to capture and re-educate those from Arcadia and protecting what comes in and out of that portal. They have it locked down. Well, we don't have, let's just say, the right force to free everybody from the Doomsguard and also attack these two and defeat Blue Streak and Welker. With your help and Sentry showing you the way, you could defeat these two, which are usually around the portal, making sure nothing comes in and out. And then maybe we could go into the camp, free everybody.
Of course, that sounds like a great plan. We help you, and we even get to go where we're going. It's a win.
Well, I mean, we're putting a lot of extra effort into helping you guys here. Is there no way we can get compensated for this? You have a lot of travel expenses.
Supplication. The camps are in very bad shape. I do not know if we might be able to pay you, but it would be mighty appreciated, sir. And can Sentry make a persuasion check against Sheldon?
Of course.
Against Mr.
I'm here for it.
Businessman?
What would it be?
I guess I make persuasion against your
Insight?
insight.
Could Twig
Well, that's a good roll. That's a 15.
Could he give Sentry a bardic inspiration to help out with that?
Of course you can.
Alright, so Sentry, you can add a d6.
Got a 15 plus 1, so that's 16 for me.
Oh,
And that's a 29 from Sentry.
God, this hurts my business mojo, but well, I guess it is still in line with the overall company proceedings just to get to our destination. And by killing and looting these various, what they call, Doom Guard, we could kindle some supplies, and so there is joint profits to be made.
Observation. Any expenses you make during the destruction of the camps may be written off for charity under the tax purposes.
And mercy is its own.
Now you're speaking my language. Not you. That I don't really care about that part. But tax write-offs? Now you're talking Shelton's language. Okay. Do they have like a 1099 form I need to start filing, or is it more a W-2 situation, or is it like a...
Out of Sentry's chest, because he is a construct from Mechanus, just of printing paper starts coming out as he starts printing not like paper normally, but like paper that cannot be crinkled or crushed and cannot be like messed with at all. Just sheets of paper until about like a 10 page binder of sorts, and then he holds it out towards Shelton.
Alright, start filling this out in triplicate. I have some demons that I have currently indentured to work for Timber Incorporated, so that should work out nicely.
While he's filling out those papers, and I'll address the elf.
Mr. Endeavor, or Miss Endeavor, you need to sign here, initial here.
While we've got your attention, Miss Endeavor, what else could you tell us about what you're expecting from us?
She's like, I do have 2 items that I could give you.
We also roll to see if Jamal's a notary.
She's like...
Well, I'm notarized.
Oh,
she's
well,
like, here's a bottle.
Yeah.
Here's a bottle of an ever smoking bottle.
Handy.
An elixir of health.
I'll take that bottle. I'm pretty good without being able to see, if that's all right with y'all.
That's fine by me.
And Shelton, you see that Twig's signature? It's just a little drawing of a tree rather than a name.
Unorthodox, but as long as it's legal.
She's saying, what we could do is if you guys can distract or keep busy both Blue Streak and Welker Vartus, the rest of us will head into camp, take care of rescuing everybody. They'll be right next to the portal anyways that you have to head to, because they're usually protecting it. So you just need to defeat them and then head into the portal, and we'll do the rest.
So question, what sort of equipment are these Welker and what are they carrying here? What are we dealing with? What's the specs? I might happen to be the brightest amongst these employees and business associates. They're good at smashing stuff for certain. It just still helps to have a good idea of what we're getting ourselves into, so we can formulate an appropriate cause of action, and we can begin the business process.
We do know that Blue Streak is a Septon Modron. He's pretty tall. They consider him a large construct. They're mostly auditors here on Mechanus.
Oh no! The IRS! Alright, we can kill these guys.
Yeah. They make sure everything is operating in perfect order. They also have 7 flexible limbs.
Take back what I said about mercy. Auditors don't deserve it.
Yeah.
And
2 things are certain: death and taxes, and I'm bringing death to taxes. Can I roll like a history to see if I recognize what a Septon Modron is?
yeah, go ahead.
Modron?
Sentry will do the same, but Sentry will fail the check.
That is a 5.
That's
Plus
a negative.
10. So 15?
That's I rolled a 2 for -1 from
So-
Sentry. Does Sentry recognize that?
What did you... I will...
-1.
You've seen an image of these before.
It's like its regular arms are like have Dr. Octopus arms at the end.
Yeah. Yeah.
So with my 15 on the Septon, would I have any insight into like what sort of attacks it does? Any more melee range? No,
really.
Probably not. Yeah.
It's more of like just a study. These guys are the auditors. They're watching things, making sure things run smoothly. You wouldn't know really the ins and outs of battle-wise.
Yeah, that's what I figured. But
I think that one might have tried to get hired for your businesses, maybe?
Yeah, I tried to file as an accountant.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, I took the books enough that like it should. I don't want anyone else looking them over other than myself and like a couple of like very high-end gnomes or demons that I have under my employ.
You'd be down to help?
We have to pay our taxes.
Well, excellent. We shall take a nice rest here, and we will set out at first light in the morning.
Yes,
Sounds
sir.
good. Got some sore muscles. A nice rest should resolve that.
We should.
Yeah, I could definitely take some time to tinker on some of my.
We have some downtime here, so we shall start it off with Kjörgen. What would you like to do with your downtime?
I think I'm gonna try and talk to the lady that has all those daggers and show off my sword collection and stuff.
Yeah. She's interested in some of your stories. She actually heard that you brought one of the gems to the Radiant Citadel, one of the crystal's creation. She wants to hear your story about how you got the crystal, and she always wanted to go to the Radiant Citadel. She's really interested in the Radiant Citadel, and you're talking to her on that. And Shelton, what do you want to do on your downtime?
I'll be tinkering with some of my gear, just trying to make sure it's all up to snuff. Refreshing some charges on some of the crystals and just moving around some of my infusions, as well as setting up a little perimeter with those 5 magical objects I can set up that I can imbue tiny magical objects with emits over, gnome, verbal sound, setting visual effect, maximum of 5 objects at a time, just sort of in the general area around our camp in case something tries to sneak up on us.
All right, and Twig.
Twig's just hanging out with these rebel rousers and listening to their stories and just kind of keeping them in mind.
Yeah, and a lot of stories you're hearing is how they escaped these camps and found each other, helped each other out, and they kind of started underneath, a base underneath these cogs. Do not trust any Modrons, and had a hard time even trusting Sentry, but then he proved everybody wrong, and now he's one of the most reliable people that they can deal with, and he's pretty much the only construct that they trust.
Just in addition to that, I think just something you would have heard around camp about Sentry is that Sentry was reprogrammed. Sentry is very much this is one of the Doomsguard's units that someone altered.
Just the guy's Welker, right? Welker is the other guy's. Would Sentry happen to know, what sort of damage he typically does? Is it some more standard slashing, or fire and whatnot? Just theoretically, would he have that history there?
Yeah, give me a history or intelligence.
I think he'll make a history check.
You know what?
Sentry, because I don't think Sentry should get a 0 on this. Sentry is going to use magical guidance. So as he's thinking about this, just you hear a slight bit of crackling electricity from inside his body as he thinks.
Yeah.
That brings it up to a 3. Great.
You're as most reliable as ChatGPT here.
Yeah. So I think at most he can tell you whether or not this guy can cast spells at most.
And so we're having a rest here. I'll give him a flash of genius just for shits of it. He has a +5 to that history, so it's a solid 8.
A solid 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. You must know something, right?
Yeah. He has a magical greatsword and a magical javelin.
And so he has a magical greatsword. It's not quite the weapon that my own was based off, but it's similar.
Well, that's something, I guess. Somebody get more specific, fire an acid, or he tend to throw fire around, or he shot lightning out of his dick. I don't know. But magic sword, I guess it makes sense too.
Yes, explanation. I did not have many conversations with many others. Gossip is not really common in Mechanus, no?
Well, that's fair. Well, thanks for the assistance there. At least trying to get some more information.
And as he tries to go and get more information, you see Jamal. He finds you Sentry when kind of no one's around. He's like, you trust these guys?
I trust them to help us, and I trust that they mean us no harm. They are not members of the Doomsguard.
That is enough for me.
What's your plan when they help us? Are you planning on following them or staying with us?
I have helped you for perhaps as long as I think I can without drawing too much attention to myself. I fear that they might try and take me back and reprogram me, so it might be best if I leave for a little bit. None?
Yeah, he nods and he's like, he puts his hand on your shoulder, gives it a squeeze, and he's like, it's just good to know you, and I can call you a friend, and I don't say that to many constructs. You have proven me wrong in good ways many times, Sentry. If I don't see you again after tomorrow, maybe I'll see you on the wind.
Suggestion, perhaps we can finally share drinks there, wherever that wind goes.
He taps his staff on the ground a couple times, and
Sentry kind of locks his joints and stands up to his full 7-foot tall height with his sword held down in front of him in a salute.
yeah, till tomorrow. Get your rest. We're gonna need it.
And so, till tomorrow.
As night descends and all of you find a good rest within this base camp, light slowly appears. We're going to end this section and go to the battle. The battle.
No, we don't have to do that. We don't need to do that. We can
We don't need to do that.
As we enter the Battle of the Outlands, this giant mound of flesh has just run over the burnt and mutilated bodies of the Gatewatch, and continuing on through to the next army in its way. Twisted limbs, clawed hands, the sinuous tails extend out from this mass. Each body and face now reaching out to grab whichever is closest as it begins to rotate towards. I believe next up is the Warforged, the Lord of Blades.
As the only Warforged in the party, can I roll for the first roll?
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Should I set the DC?
Yes, please. Go right ahead.
Can we get a natural one for the homies?
Oh, an 8.
An 8.
Just as good. Just as good.
Oh,
All right.
come on!
Oh,
natural
you know what?
one. Get out of
We
here!
can get a natural one for the
Okay,
homies.
what does
I
the
really
Lord of
appreciate it.
Blades and the Warforged do here?
I think the Lord of Blades, it's just the Lord of Blades on the field as this mass of flesh begins rolling towards it. And then as about 100 feet separate the Lord of Blades and this mass of flesh, bursting out of the ground are a whole bunch of Warforged that were buried underneath and just start clawing and ripping into the massive ball of flesh.
I've seen Willow. All right, nice. And it's down 2 of 5, so 2 strikes now against my ball of flesh. Here goes the DC here for me. 11. Average. All right, who's up?
He got one. He's got to roll again. He rolls till he fails.
You know what? All right, rolls till he
Right.
fails. Can we get a natural 20 for the homie?
Oh, 18!
We can get an 18
Oh, no. Okay, what happens here?
The Lord of Blades steps forward and raises his hand, and from beyond back in the back line, a whole bunch of Warforged archers raise all their arms, and these crossbow cannons that shoot out of them just boom, 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 boom. A whole bunch of bolts of just crossbow bolts just flash and fly into this creature.
Yeah, and it is slowly losing size here. It's down to 1 more life. Go ahead, set the DC. Ooh.
15.
Oh, and a 12! Oh!
Let's go.
Oh!
And now the
man.
Lord of Blades himself draws a massive greatsword and charges forward and then blinks. And where he's standing is he's gone and there's a crater. And he's beyond the flesh creature, and with one massive lightning fast sweep, he has cut the entire thing in half.
Oh, and it just the whole field, bodies are raining down onto the ground as the Warforged just hold the line. And that is where we'll leave.
The crystals of creation have revealed themselves. Evils emerge across the multiverse. The armies of the abyss gather The Underdark's plans are near fruition. Chaos erupts across all spheres, and darkness descends on the plains. Alliances are forged in blood. The gods move avatars like pawns on a board, and unlikely heroes emerge to thwart the unstoppable. But will it be enough before the material plane crumbles? The hopes rest in a group of wayward adventurers. The battle of the Outlands awaits.